Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wilsonville Library's Let's Get Crafty program. My name is Jo, and I'm with Malia today. She's a reference librarian here at the Wilsonville Public Library, but a fabulous crafter. So she has a fun crafting program for us today. And also, I should mention Brad is in the background. He's monitoring our program today. If you have any questions, you can type them into chat and Brad will let us know about your questions. But so Malia, tell me about your craft today and what inspired you.
So today we're going to do is make flowers out of carnations, or out of paper.
That look like carnations.
Yeah. And what inspired me is I get bored sometimes and I just want to find some type of new hobby. Yeah. And so Wilsonville Library has a database called Creative Bug.
Love it.
So I went on there and was browsing through and I found a video that reminded me of a craft that I did with my mom, which was making these flowers out of Kleenex or tissue paper and things. So let me show you how to get to Creative Bug.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So
it's a great database full of chocker block full of different projects that you can do. Go to our website.
Yeah. So first thing you want to do is go to the library website, which is the link.org that's on the front of your library card. And so it's at lincc.org. And then it brings up our website here. And you're going to go to online resources, which is off here to the left side. And when it loads here, we're going to go into arts and entertainment. Mm-hmm. And then finally, we're going to scroll down and select Creative Bug for Wilsonville. Now, hopefully your library card says that its home library is Wilsonville. If not, give us a call. We can make that change for you. But that will give you access to this database. And then when it logs in, it'll ask you to log in with your library card and your PIN. Add my number here. There we go. And then it provides you with a variety of different videos to look at. And for this craft, what I actually did was I went up to the classes here. I went to paper and then found paper flowers. And I just
that's great.
Browsed through all the different types of videos that they had. And there's a variety of different ones in here. They'll show you how to make the flowers to put on for like barrettes.
Oh,
and
cool.
Making jewelry out of them. Or they'll show you how to make pom-poms and make big, huge ones that we have. And so it's just a lot of fun to browse through.
Very fun.
Yeah. And
so,
yeah, and so my
how do we start?
All righty. So first thing is if you came and got a craft bag from us, inside you had some packet of tissues and some pipe cleaners.
Tissues. Here's the pipe cleaners.
So we were going to grab 2 of the tissues.
Okay.
And I lay them on top of each other and then fold them in half.
Alrighty.
And then with our scissors,
okay,
I'm going to cut them in half. And so you should have 4 rectangular sheets.
Which I don't, Malia. Hold on. Sorry. I'm getting there. All right, 4. Thank you.
Close this down here so we get this out of the way.
All right.
And then we will stack them up.
Okay.
And don't worry if, like me, you cut wrong and you have different sizes. It's okay. It makes these flowers really unique.
All right.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to do an accordion fold.
Okay.
And so I usually fold about the size of my finger
Okay.
and fold on top, and then I'll flip it and then fold it backwards again.
Okay.
And
Oh
just-
boy, I did not do that even. All right, there we go.
Yeah. That's what makes this fun. And it's like a craft that anyone can do because it doesn't have to be perfect.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'll
And
take
so-
your word for it.
And so we just keep going back and forth.
Good. So I'm a little off kilter, but it's okay
It's
with
okay.
my, all righty.
And then what we're gonna do is you'll have kind of like your little fan.
Mm-hmm.
What I usually do is I fold it in half because I want to find the center,
Okay.
and then that allows me to see the little hole there where I can take my pipe cleaner, put it down there,
All right.
and I just want enough to come out from the pipe cleaner so that I can wrap it over and then tighten it, and then I have a nice long stem.
I see. All right. And then just give it a twist.
Yep.
Here. All right.
Just twist it around there and
Oh, there
We'll
we
kind of
go.
little bow, and now comes the fun part.
Oh boy.
Now we're gonna make the flower.
Okay.
And so what I usually do is I pull it out just enough. And I start at this edge here, and I want to find one of those layers of the Kleenex. And then I'm going to pull it towards the center of that pipe cleaner.
Oh, all right.
And
Just keep on pulling each layer.
don't worry if when you pull it, if you accidentally rip the tissue, it happens. Just keep on going, have fun with it.
Okay.
And so we should have roughly 4 layers. Sometimes I end up with 6 or 8 because I have 2-ply tissue
Uh-huh.
and I accidentally pull at different angles. But again,
I think that's what happened to me, or else I made a funny cut, but it's okay, isn't
it's
it?
okay.
Oh, good. Phew.
And so I do that, and then you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side.
Okay. Just flip it around.
And
I really like how easy this is. Even I can do this.
yeah, and it's a great project because it's like you can do this with any kids that you have.
Right. Yeah.
And there's fun ways to customize these flowers. When my mother and I used to make these, we would add her perfume to it and just do like a little mist on it and give the flowers some smell.
Nice. Give it that scent. That's lovely. And this
Mhm.
would have been fun to do for Mother's Day too,
Yep.
as a little Mother's Day project.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So then you get your flower, and then we're going to add a little more customization today. So
Okay.
we're going to add some color to these.
Yay.
And so there's different ways to color them. This is my favorite way of doing it. So it's I bring my fingers up so I can squish it together,
Okay.
and then I'll take my marker,
Okay.
and then I just gently drag it over the top
Oh,
to
that's
get
easy.
the edges.
Okay. And it doesn't, again, have to be perfect, just
Doesn't-
whatever
Doesn't
you want
have
to
to
do.
be perfect. You can just have fun with it. And you can add multiple colors. And you end up with a neat little flower with a little hint.
Oh, that's so pretty. Look
Yeah.
how pretty.
And the other way to color them is when we're making that fan after the accordion fold,
Mhm.
you can actually put the color on the edges. However, I find that when I do that, I end up with more tears because the ink is still wet when I'm starting to pull the
Oh,
flowers.
yeah. Mhm. That makes sense.
The other thing you can do is you can buy actual tissue paper
Oh, yeah.
and make them out of the color tissue, and so you don't have to color your own.
Mhm.
And with this one, I had a little bit of fun with it where I had different colors and then used a little bit of green at the bottom to add to my stem, and then added some more
Oh, I
pipe
really
cleaners
like
to make
that.
the
That's so
leaves.
fun.
And then, or you can, this is a boutonniere I made for a friend. And it's one of his favorite cartoon cats. I don't know if I can get that so everyone can see it. but I added another pipe cleaner in the center to make a little stamen, and then was able to glue the cat on there to add a little decoration to it.
That looks like that's from Castronauts.
Yep. And then, let's see, you can also make really huge ones. So this was one where my friend challenged me to take the entire sheet of tissue paper and make the biggest flower I could. So
That is so pretty. And I like
Yeah.
how you did the cuts around it. They're a little bit rounded.
yeah, and that's the other thing I forgot. You can make different types of edges. So like with this one,
Oh, okay.
I cut it into a little angle there. And then when I pull it up, it gives me kind of like, I don't know, a dahlia or
Yeah.
type effect to
Yeah.
it. The bigger that you go, the more layers of tissue you want.
Mhm.
And so when I make the big ones, I use about 8 sheets of tissue paper, sometimes
Oh, wow.
more.
Mhm.
And the more you use, the fatter it is, but it's also, you want to get it as close to that center as possible so that you have room to fluff it up.
Mhm.
So, but that's kind of our craft, and it's a
That
little fun.
That was really fun and so easy. And we already have a little bouquet here with our 2 little carnations.
Yep.
Beautiful. Did we have any questions, Brad, before we sign off?
No, we don't have any questions in the chat. Now would be a great opportunity if there were any follow-ups for people and they wanted to ask a question, or if they just wanted to type it in the chat. I'm happy to relay it on to Joe and Malia.
And we actually have a lot of these bags left. They are going fast. So if you didn't have a chance to come and pick up your bag with the supplies that we talked about at the first part of our program, Malia also has a instruction sheet in the bag as well. And then Brad is recording this. So if you want to go back and watch Malia show us how to do that again, you can do that as well.
We do have a comment just about maybe not looking as full, a flower not looking as full as what you guys produced. So Malia, would you be able to just kind of explain a little bit about fluffing that up?
Yeah, so it's possible that some of your layers might be stuck together. So you can go through and just see if the layers in between, if maybe you pulled like 2 layers together, and see if you can separate them a little bit. The other thing you can do is to pull it out a little and open it up a little bit and just see how that works. And it could be that maybe the tissues that are in the packet are thinner than the ones we were using. And so you might want to add more layers if you want to do another one. Instead of doing 2 sheets of Kleenex, maybe do 3 of them or 4 of them, and you can fluff up that way. So
Yeah, here's mine. This here, see? It doesn't look, can you hear me?
yes,
I can, yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't look like the center, it doesn't look like a full symmetrical, nice flower. Like they don't, the center, what did I do wrong about that? And it seems like it's hard to pull the individual layers of the tissue apart. It seems like I got the package that was in the library thing. And I can't see, I don't know if it's a double layer of tissue where it's not separating nicely or what, but this doesn't look quite right. Did I put this pipe cleaner on wrong?
it looks okay to me. It could just be the tissues that I ordered. Let's open up this one and see.
Because it depends on the,
It seemed like it was thicker
The
than what
weight
you
of
were
it.
using.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, there,
Oh, yeah, it does look a little bit thinner than what we
yeah,
have.
so there are, but the ones that are in the packet, there is technically 3 layers. What I would probably do if you do another one, do maybe 3 sheets, like individual. Yeah, let's see. Let's try it.
Just to
So
double
we
it
would,
up.
yeah, so we do 3 big sheets to cut in half. So then we would end up with 6 layers.
Mhm. To add that fluffiness that she's looking for.
Yeah.
I had 2 sheets and I folded them in half, but it seems like it was too thick. Like, so you're saying that each individual tissue was 3
Need
layers.
Here's another pipe cleaner.
Yeah, well, let me check here. Let's see what's going on.
Malia's gonna try it out.
So this is one where I took 3 large sheets, cut them in half. So now I should have 6 layers. And by pulling that in there, I want to get as close to that center as possible. And well, I ripped it a little, but oh well.
And does it help if she tightened up the stem a little bit when she put it on, or?
Could be, yeah. It's like I try to get that stem pretty tight so that it can't move on its
Okay.
own, but yeah. So it could just be these tissues. I probably should
Yeah.
have ordered tissues that I really wanted.
Yeah, it's a different, it looks like very different from the tissues
Yeah.
that we have here,
well.
so.
That one ripped really bad. But
But you can try it with like the tissue paper that she has here, besides just tissue. And every paper will kind of give a different quality, won't it?
yeah, that is really thick. And it's hard to find the different layers. So I'm gonna blame the tissues on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could try it with your own Kleenex rather than the one that's in our package.
Yeah.
And see how that works with it.
I also was making this one, I've made a bigger one. But,
Oh, wow.
there's a trick to how you pull the tissue down towards the center, because I noticed how you were doing it. You were kind of shaping it as you were pulling it.
Well, what I'm
Is that right?
doing, I don't know if Brad can get us close enough on here.
What?
What I try to do on there is when I find my layer, let me get a little bit closer here. I try to pull it as close as I can because the folds in there are what's going to hold it to the center. And a lot of times with the bottom ones, I'm pulling down on it as well.
Oh,
pull
you're
up
pulling
and
down on the
down.
lower one?
I'm pulling on the lower one as well, while I'm also pulling on the top layer to go
Oh,
towards the
okay.
center.
Oh, okay, you didn't say that. Oh, that's nice. That's new. Okay,
and
that
then-
looks,
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. It looks almost like a wheel. And then when I get to that bottom layers, when I take my hands and then I just kind of push it up. So I get that
Oh.
bottom layer up.
oh, so you're pulling the bottom and the top.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah, so it's like, here's 2 layers that I have. So I will pull one down and one up towards the center.
okay. Okay,
And
I guess
then-
I didn't get that the first time.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, I think this tissue isn't quite good. It's like too thick.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a little thick.
It
And
kind of gives them a different dimension though than what we had.
yeah.
It gives it a unique look.
Yep. And as you can see, I ripped. So
Well, it added a certain something to that.
yeah, but yeah, for the most part too, if you wanted to do the colors, I would go and buy just the tissue paper you can get at the Dollar Tree. And then you can cut that into rectangles. And I find this paper was a lot easier to pull up and
Yeah.
things, because
the
then
handle.
I could actually see the layers better rather than with my Kleenex. But
Yeah. I like how you did different colors too. It's really pretty.
yeah.
Cool.
So also when you're folding it, it has, I mean, yeah, when you're doing the accordion fold, those creases have to be really creased. I mean, they can't just be a half-assed fold. It has to be really creased. Is that right?
Not well. When you do it with the tissue paper, yes, I would say you want to make sure those creases are pretty good. With the Kleenex, I kind of do it halfway.
Okay,
it's
because
like
I'm in a classroom right now and I have 3rd graders and I wanted to do this with them. I told the office I wanted to do it and they scheduled me for doing it at 10. So we were just watching another video. I wanted to watch your video and have them do it.
Oh, that's so
it's-
great. That's a
it's
glad.
third grade and there would have been about 25 kids. So instead we were doing this YouTube video and it was really hard for them. So that's when we did this. It was really hard for them to handle the tissue, the size of it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this would be
okay.
this would be a better option for third graders. And they're, a little wound up and I was trying to figure out a way to get them to kind of calm down and focus. And I thought this would be a fun thing. Because I'm a substitute. So, yeah, this one is good, but it's a tissue. Yeah. So,
yeah, I would, if you have like the tissues that we used were actually just our ones that we have
Right.
here at the library. And so if you can
Yeah.
find just that type of tissue,
Regular box of tissue.
yeah. that
the
should
thing
work.
about that kind you bought was nice and thick and heavy for blowing your nose, but not making flowers.
Yeah, pretty much. And that happens. It's like,
So I'm going to try, we tried it at 10 o'clock with the big tissue and it was really hard for them. So they didn't finish it because they had to go on to music, but I'm going to try to do it a second time with the tissue and hopefully it will be better, easier for them to handle.
yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Thank you for sharing that with your students. That's great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks a lot for the demonstration.
You
You're
bet.
welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Any other questions, Brad, before we sign off?
No, it looks like that was it.
That was great.
Cool, great. Well, thank you guys for all joining us.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Malia. That was
Yeah.
a really fun craft.
Thanks for joining me, Joe.
Bye. Thanks, everyone, again. We'll be signing off, and if you need another bag, we have more at the library right now.
Okie dokie.